Assalamu alaikum students, hope so you are fine. In the today's lecture, we are going to start chapter 29 from the textbook Halliday, Resnick and Walker. And the topic we are going to start is basically the Biot-Savart law and the magnetic force between the two parallel conductors. Up till now, we have just discussed in the previous chapter regarding about the magnetic field and the magnetic force, how you can calculate it. And we have discussed about the Lorentz force. We have discussed about the magnetic force that was Q V cross B, and in the Lorentz force we have the two forces together, electric and the magnetic force sum, that will give you QE plus QV cross B. But in this chapter we are going to discuss the effect of the current actually. So whenever there is a current, and if you will have a current carrying wire and some compass needle is putting near it, you will see the deflection in it. So that means there will be some magnetic field due to the current. It's just like analogous to the case wherever you will have charge, you will have the field. So it means wherever you will have current, you will have magnetic field. So mainly this chapter is related with the magnetic field due to a current and how we will be able to calculate it. In order to calculate that, we have a fundamental law here that is basically called Biot-Savart law. It's just analogous, as we have discussed the Coulomb's law in electrostatic to find the electric force, and then later on we have used it to find the electric field for the charges at the certain point which will be given in certain problem. But how we will be able to calculate the magnetic field for a current carrying wires? It can be of any shape. So for that we have to use this formula. So actually you have to remember this mathematical statement of this law, which is called Biot-Savart law, and in vector form it is written here in rectangular box. This is actually the differential B. Differential B stands for, if you will have a current carrying wire as shown here, and it has certain length, we will divide it into the small patches. Each will have the length ds. ds stands for differential displacement element, and its direction is here tangent to the path and in the same direction of current. You can see here, if the current is flowing like this, it will have the same direction of current. So I and ds, they both are pointing in the same direction, and you have to find the magnetic field at the certain point P, which is shown here. So you need the distance of the patch from this point P, which is basically R. So here it is written mu naught over 4 pi. This is the differential B of this patch. I ds cross R unit vector over R square. I is the current, ds is the length element. Sometimes we can write it as dl. Cross is the cross product, and R unit vector. R is basically the distance of the point P with respect to the patch. This patch can be anywhere, and we will pick one arbitrary patch, and later on we will just integrate it over the entire length to find the total B field, that will be the total magnetic field. So we will use it in the problems in the coming slides. Here in this slide, what you can observe, in this figure, you have the iron fillings that have been sprinkled on the cardboard. Connect in the concentric circles when the current is sent through the central wire. What does this shows? This shows whenever you will have current carrying wire, and you will put the compass needle there, so you will have the closed field lines. In other words, if you will just sprinkle the iron fillings, you will see the iron fillings just arrange themselves in the circular pattern. So that shows the field lines are always circular. They are the closed field lines. They are not open-ended, just like the electric field. So due to the dipole, the magnetic field lines are starting from the north and ending towards the south. And how you will be able to calculate the B field? You have to find the B field which is tangent at any point P, so that if you have to use the right hand rule, just hold the current carrying conductor in your right hand. The thumb is giving you the direction of current, and the fingers are curled in the direction of magnetic field lines. Let's suppose if I'm just holding any current carrying wire. If the current is upward, the fingers are curled in anti-clockwise direction. So it means the B field lines are in anti-clockwise direction. And if the current is down, So my fingers are curled in clockwise direction. So that will basically the methodology how you are applying the right hand rule to find the direction of magnetic field lines, and the B field at any point is tangent to the path. So I hope so students this point is clear to you, and if you will have any question you can ask from me in the online session. But how we will be able to find this B field which is written here, mu naught I over 2 pi r? For this, you have to use the laws here. You can derive this result from the Ampere's law also. We will do that in the next lecture. But in this current lecture, we are going to derive it from the Biot-Savart law. And you have to remember the result in order to do the questions which are given in the assignment. Also, which are in the examples of this chapter 29. So what is this? This is basically a current carrying wire, and this is the infinite wire which is pointing from minus infinity to plus infinity, and the current is flowing in the upward direction. So how you calculate the B field for this? The point is given for the simplicity at the perpendicular bisector. So I'm just using here the symmetry. Instead of taking the limit minus infinity to plus infinity, we are taking the limits from 2 times 0 to infinity. So that will give you the same result. So here you can see just pick one patch which is pointing in the same direction of current. It's up. The point is at the perpendicular bisector from the center which is given here. So this R is actually the distance of P with respect to the patch. Now this is an angle theta between DS and R. So from the geometry, you can see this angle will be pi minus theta where I am moving my cursor. So from this right angle triangle, this S is the distance of uh, patch from the center of the wire. Capital R, here from this point we can see, from the capital R will be the distance of the point from this point, and R is the distance of the point from the with respect to the patch. So this will give you small r is under the root S square plus capital R square, which is written here. So just use the Biot-Savart law statement, which is dB equal to mu naught over 4 pi I ds sine theta over r square. That's the first thing I have started the lecture, the first slide. So when you will integrate it, you will get 2 times 0 to infinity dB. Just substitute the value. Now you have to just replace this sine theta from this figure. The sine theta is actually sine pi minus theta from the geometry, and you can see here capital R over R square plus S square from this diagram. Just substitute it here. I will give you this integral answer. You don't need to solve this integral. Whenever I will just put this answer and put the limit 0 to infinity, you can just check here by simplifying at your home that this answer will be mu naught I over 2 pi r. So this is basically the magnetic field due to the long straight wire. And if you will have the question for semi-infinite wire, you will just divide it by 2. So this will give you mu naught I over 4 pi r. So I hope so student this point is clear. And in the numerical problem, you will directly use it. You will not derive this result. Now, it's not essential the wire is always straight. It can be curved or any other angle or thing. So what you will do, if you remember the formula for the long cases, long straight wire cases or curved cases or the circular wire cases, so that you can do any question which will be given, just dividing that figure into the known shapes. Either it can be the curved surface or either it can be the straight section. So here, if it is a circular arc, just look at this blue line, which is a circular arc, the current is passing through it. And this is the point C where you have to calculate the magnetic field. Since it's a circular arc, so this will give you the radius r. In other words, this r is actually small r, which is the distance. If I will take the patch here, so distance of the patch of the point P with respect to the patch, which is r. Now, how it's pointing towards? Because I'm saying you always it's pointing towards the point because you are taking this distance with respect to the patch. So the arrow will be towards the point and tail will be here on the differential element. And the ds direction is in the direction of current, so here it's tangent to the path. You can see here the angle is 90 degrees, so it's simplest. Use the Biot-Savart law, mu naught over 4 pi I ds sine theta over r square. Small r is replaced by capital R square because for this particular case, this is the radius of the arc. So here it's capital R. Theta is 90 degree. So you can just get it mu naught over 4 pi IDS over R square. This is for the single patch. Just integrate it. Now, what is the limit? You don't know the limit, so it's here phi. So just integrate it 0 to phi. If it's a full circle, I will integrate it from 0 to 2 pi. If it's a half, 0 to pi. And same, this phi will be given. If you will just put it, this ds is the differential length element, and this arc length is actually r d phi. R and R will cancel out, and you will integrate it. This result will be mu naught I phi over 4 pi r. This result you have to remember, that is the magnetic field at the center of a circular arc. If it's a full circle, phi is replaced with 2 pi. If it's half circle, it's pi, or if it's any other angle, you can just substitute it. So this is the magnetic field of a current carrying circular arc of the wire. This is at the center of full circle, and respectively, if it's the half circle, I will just replace it with pi. So remember these formulas to do the numericals. So this is the concept which now I'm going to apply to this example. This is the example of your book. So just read all the theory which is written here. I'm quickly reviewing it. Just look at this wire. This is not a known shape. So how we can just divide into the known shape? This is the configuration, and you have to find the B field at this point. First of all, I will just divide it. This is the wire carries the current I consisting of a circular arc. This is the circular arc. Central angle is pi by 2 radian. Angle will be always in radian. And the two straight sections. Since this wire will be divided into two straight sections, 1 and 2, and one circular arc 3. So any shape can be divided into either straight sections and circular arc, just like this. So first of all, if the point is here, you can see the r distance is also here. So by the cross product definition, if length element and r they are parallel, the answer will be 0. So for the first and the second segment, for the first it will be, you can just check here, if I'm just taking the patch here and the point is here, so they are parallel, and for the second case they will be anti-parallel. So theta is 0, theta is 180. So for the segment 1 and for the segment 2, this is the reason which is written here. The magnetic field is 0. So you write the reason here because sine theta is 0. But for the third part, if I will just take this R, first of all, for the direction, how you can take the direction? Just take the patch here. If I will just take the patch here, ds direction is tangent and r direction is towards, because r direction is always towards the point C. So the rotation is clockwise. So you can see the direction will be into the plane. Into the plane, negative, clockwise, whatever the thing, you can just read it. It's written in detail into the plane. The direction of B is into the plane. The total B will be B1 plus B2 plus B3. 1 and 2 will be 0, and B3 is simply mu naught I phi over 4 pi r. We have just calculated here. Now this phi I am replaced with pi by 2. So you are getting mu naught I over 8r. So this is the answer which is given here. So I hope so, students, whatever we have learned, it's clear to you. So you can ask the question if you have any question in the class, online session class, which will be held inshallah on Thursday at the given time according to your timetable. So this is another topic. What is the force between two parallel wires? Now they are the two current carrying wires which are parallel. They are exerting the force on each other. So how you will be able to calculate the force? Now for the current carrying wire, the force formula is IL cross B. You remember this formula? We have learned this thing in even in FSC also. If you will have current carrying wire, you have IL cross B. If you will have this charge, you can also have QV cross B. So here I'm not using I QV cross B, I'm using IL cross B. But if you will have two wires, the point will be given to you. Just what you can do. If I have to calculate the magnetic force on the wire B due to A, so it means current will be flowing in B and the magnetic field will be of the wire A. So it will be IBL cross BA. And if I have to find FAB, then it will be IAL cross BB. By the Newton third law, the two forces are equal in magnitude and opposite in direction. Just you can put the value of BA, and since we have done a few minutes ago The magnetic field of the straight section will be mu naught I over 2 pi r. You can just substitute the value, and r is actually the distance between the two wires, which is d. So you will get the answer mu naught L I A I B over 2 pi d. So this is the formula you have to remember, and that shows the parallel currents attract each other while the anti-parallel currents, they repel each other. Hope so it's clear to you, because even in your transmission lines you can see the currents, they are, if they are parallel they will attract, and if they are anti-parallel they will repel. So whenever the current is flowing to the transmission line, you can see that it will be anti-parallel, it's not parallel. So because parallel currents they attract, so otherwise the wire will collapse. So it will be opposite, anti-parallel, so that there will be some distance between them, they are repelling each other, otherwise they will collapse. So I hope so this lecture is clear. These are some problems which are related with this topic we have covered. That's the Biot-Savart law, and this is basically from your reference book, Survey and Joy. It's question number 6 of the chapter 30 in Survey and Joy. Conductor consisting of a circular loop of the radius r, which is given here, two straight sections which are shown here, 1 and 2. So what you have to do, you have to find actually the magnetic field. So you have to find the magnetic field here, and there some part which is missing in this question. I will just added this slide before uploading, so just check it whenever you will upload it. So we can think of total magnetic field at the superposition of the field due to the long straight wire, which is mu naught of I over 2 pi r. You will just use it. And for the circular loop, it will be just mu naught I over 2r, because we have just done this formula, mu naught I over 2r for the circle and mu naught I over 2 pi r for the wire. So according to that, the point will be given, and the point is actually at the center, I guess. So according to that, you can just find the magnetic field by this. This is just the direct answer which is given here, but you have to do it by yourself and just ask from me in the session. And similarly here, this is the wire segment which is given, so just divide it into three parts, 1, 2 and 3. These are the two straight sections, and this is the circular arc. So again, by looking at the example we have discussed, just the data is changed here. You can do the question, the answer is given here. So it's actually the answer which I've just derived in the example, mu naught I over 8r. Just the data is given, substitute the value and you will get the answer. Students, in the solution, steps are missing. You have to do the steps by yourself. I'm just giving you the answer. You will just cross check it at your home, and if you have any query you can ask from me. This is a worksheet you have to do. So hope so the lecture is clear to you, and if you have any query, I hope so you will ask it in the online session. Thank you.